Good morning, everybody, and welcome to See Our RV. I am Tracy, and today we're going to take a ride down memory lane. A lot of you have asked why I have decided to live in an RV. And today I'm going to share that story with you guys. It started about almost 9 years ago when I decided that I needed to get a divorce from my first husband. We had just really grown apart. We'd reached a point in our lives where we really just didn't like each other very much. He didn't like me and I didn't like him. Our values had gotten so disparagingly different that it just really wasn't working for either one of us. And he was an OCD perfectionist hoarder, and I know that those three things may not go hand in hand, but that is really what he was. He was very materialistic and wanted more and more and more. And when we first got married, I worked 60 to 70 hours a week every week trying to make his dreams come true. It didn't work out so well for me, and we just didn't like each other anymore. At one point we had decided actually that we wanted to build another house. We had about a 1,400 square foot house, and it was a little small for the two of us, especially with the amount of collections that he had. And so we needed something bigger, and so we decided to build about a 2,800 square foot house. Well, the 2,800 square foot house turned into a 4,000 square foot house, and it was just more than I could bear to clean. He did do a very good job of helping me clean. He was very, like I said, very perfectionist, very OCD. Okay, we are coming up on my house. This is my neighborhood that I lived in for, about 14 years. And there is my house. And it is still for sale. If anybody would like to buy a house, let me know. We'll take a walk in and let you take a look around. Okay, so I'm back at the RV now. When I got divorced, we owned two houses. One of them was paid for, and one of them was the 4,000 square foot monstrosity that was his dream home. And because I was the primary breadwinner of the household, I wound up with the 4,000 square foot monstrosity and lived there alone for a long time before Brett moved in. And it was just pure misery trying to take care of that house. It was too much to clean. I was miserable all the time, tired from just sweeping the floors would wear you out, and it just was not worth it to me. And I started looking around at all the stuff one day. There was just boxes and boxes of materialistic things that I didn't even like, didn't use, didn't want. And all of a sudden, it made sense to me that I had to downsize. It was just more house than I needed. So, thankfully, my brother had lived in an RV next door to our family business. And he'd lived there for about 2 years while his wife was setting up housekeeping in Florida before he retired. And so I knew a little bit about RVs from him. And we had full hookups here. And the more I thought about it, the more sense it made to move into an RV. So I put my house on the market and I started looking for RVs. And by this point, I had the NADA guide memorized so that I would know if I had found a good deal or not when I found the RV of my dreams. I looked at everything. I looked at pull behinds. I looked at fifth wheels. I looked at C's. I looked at A's. And when I found this Class C, I knew that I had found the one that I was falling in love with, because it was in my price range and it was well below the NADA guide value and had 20,000 miles on it. Everything worked perfectly. I was so happy. And thankfully, Brett, he was willing to move into an RV as well, because he had reached the point himself where he realized that house was just too much. So once my brother moved to Florida and I had purchased my RV, he pulled his out, I pulled mine in, and now I live about 10 seconds from the door of my RV to the door of my office. And I have never been happier. When I walk into this RV, I am home. And one of the most important things that I like about living here is I have everything I need and nothing that I don't need. If I don't need it, if I don't use it, if I don't love it, there is no room in this house for it, and something is going to happen. It's either going to go in the trash can, or it's going to be donated or given away. Anyway, it's not going to be here. And so that is the story of how I wound up living in my RV. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. And we'll talk to you soon on CR RV.